This is section 41 out of 55 for my book, The Repetition Paradox: Deliberate Practice for Writers. You can get ebook versions, EPUB and PDF formats directly from me for $7.99 plus over $50 worth of bonuses, or you can buy the paperback version when it's live from your local Amazon for $17.99. I'm recording all 55 sections in this format, posting them here on YouTube, where your only cost to access them is your time. But do like and subscribe so that YouTube will notify you when the next part of the book goes live. You can find more details about the book by clicking the link in the description box below. Section 41. 6 Foundational Subskills. These 6 subskills appear on most pages of your fiction. If you master them to the point of unconscious competence, your prose will be stronger and easier to read. Think of these subskills as line by line 101. There are other subskills you can layer on top of these, but start with these 6 subskills. Use active voice. Use strong nouns. Use strong verbs. Show, don't tell. Specificity. Write in the positive. I got 5 of these directly from the teaching of Gary Provost. Add his book Make Every Word Count to your craft library. And I added strong nouns to his list, though there is some overlap between strong nouns and specificity. Here's more details on each of these subskills. Number 1. Active voice. Active voice makes your writing more direct and engaging. Passive voice. The book that I read was Silas Marner. Active voice. I read Silas Marner for my book report. Active voice puts the subject in charge of the action. Passive voice makes things happen to the subject. Active voice creates stronger, more immediate prose because readers experience action directly rather than receiving it second-hand. A quick way to remember: active voice gives the present, but the present is received by the passive voice. The sentence demonstrates both voices while explaining the difference. Passive voice is wordier than active voice, and those words make your sentence is less direct. So while there are use cases for passive voice, the 101 level is to write in active voice. Number 2. Strong verbs. Verbs power your writing. They create movement, direction, and, when chosen well, they characterize actions and characters with more precision than weak verb plus adverb pairings. A weak verb plus adverb: she walked quickly. A strong verb: she strode, or she marched, or she stomped. Each strong verb communicates a slightly different picture. Striding, marching, and stomping all convey speed, but each suggests different motivations and characterization. The strong verb does double duty by revealing character as it shows an action. Strong verbs overlap with show, don't tell, and specificity. Think of these subskills as a form that you have to practice in the way that martial arts students practice basic forms before they then move to more advanced combinations that rely on mastery of those foundations. Strong nouns. Number 3. Like strong verbs, strong nouns create specific pictures without requiring adjectives for clarification. Here's a weak noun plus adjective: the large building. Here's a strong noun: the mansion, the warehouse, the cathedral. Each strong noun suggests not just size, but purpose, character, and atmosphere. A mansion implies wealth and elegance. A warehouse suggests industry and storage, while a cathedral evokes spirituality and grandeur. Strong nouns make your writing more specific and help readers visualize exactly what you intend them to see. Number 4. Show, don't tell. Instead of telling readers what to think or feel, create scenes that let them draw their own conclusions. Here's telling: John was nervous about the meeting. Here's showing: John checked his watch for the 3rd time in 2 minutes and straightened his tie. Showing engages readers actively. They observe the evidence and reach their own conclusions, which makes them more invested in the story. Showing also tends to be more memorable because it creates specific images rather than abstract statements. This skill has the most complexity and variation and takes longer to master than the other subskills. Also note that, as a generalization, showing tends to be wordier than telling. That trade-off is acceptable though, because it deepens the reader's immersion in the story. Writing is about communicating clear pictures to your readers. Specificity is another part of turning your words from vague images that the reader has to expend mental energy to picture into clear images that the reader can see in their mind's eye. A general image: he ate some food quickly. Specific: he devoured the bacon sandwich. Specific details create clearer pictures and make your writing more vivid. Readers can visualize bacon sandwich in a way they can't visualize food, and swapping the weak verb adverb pairing ate for devoured creates a clearer image for the reader. Depending on Context: using devoured implies the character is either ravenously hungry or is greedy to the point of gluttony. Specificity makes your writing more concrete and memorable. Even though this skill overlaps with strong nouns and strong verbs, it's worth practicing in isolation as part of your mastery of basic subskills. Number 6. Writing in the positive. Show readers what is present in the scene rather than what is absent. A negative view. There were no cars on the motorway at 3 a.m. Positive. The motorway was empty at 3 a.m. Writing in the positive focuses attention on what readers should see in their mind's eye and what you, the author, want them to see, not what they shouldn't see. Writing in the positive is more direct and it creates clearer mental pictures. Why this sequence matters. These 6 skills are ordered using the 80-20 principle. Active voice and strong verbs create the biggest transformation in your prose, which is why you practice them first. Improvements compound as you add each skill. Plus, show, don't tell and specificity are easier to master when layered on top of active voice, strong verbs and strong nouns. Editing note. When you fix a sentence for one subskill, other subskills are often improved at the same time to create that more dynamic and vivid sentence. A single edit could remove passive voice but also use a strong verb and specificity too. So though we practice these subskills in isolation, they layer together in your actual writing. The driving range mindset. Each subskill requires focused, systematic practice to reach the point of unconscious competence. Understanding the concepts is easy. Each of them is illustrated with 2 sentence examples above. The goal isn't understanding. The goal is for these subskills to appear in your writing when you're writing in flow, without conscious thought or effort. That's why it's so important to put the practice repetitions in. Not 2 or 3 examples as you'll find in most writing books, but 200 or 300. Use other disciplines as a model. Think of this systematic practice as the writer's equivalent of a golfer's visit to the driving range. You don't hit a few shots, you hit 50 or 100 or 200. That mindset, combined with the principles of deliberate practice, will help you practice these skills to the point of unconscious competence. Building on these foundations and maintenance practice. Once you've mastered these subskills, you can take the same practice approach and work on other writing subskills. There are dozens of areas you could work on, ranging from similes and metaphor to rhetorical devices to kinetic writing to sentence rhythms and so on. My advice: prioritize the areas that will have the most effect on your writing and work on those first. Also note, even when practiced to the point of unconscious competence, you'll find sometimes when you're editing that the subconscious brain has drifted back to old habits and you've used, say, a weak verb-adverb pairing or qualified a noun with an adjective. That's when maintenance practice comes in. If you spot this, simply add a few practice sessions in where you work on that subskill to reinforce those neural pathways. Mastering these basic skills will make a distinct improvement to your writing. The good news is that the time investment required to work them to the point of unconscious competence is relatively small.